I'm Sheena from the Canadian Health Recovery Center. I'm going to teach you one of our grounding techniques today. So we're going to first start off by taking off our shoes and our socks. Okay? We are working with energy and anxiety. We want to be able to feel that. Okay? So we're going to feel the ground with our feet, and we're going to feel whether it's moist, whether it's bumpy, whether it's smooth or rough, and then we're going to engage in the 5 senses technique as well while we're doing this, okay? So first we're going to start off by asking a client what they can see in the environment. So clearly we can see that there's lots of green and brown in the area, triangular shapes with the different trees, squares, rectangles with the building. Then we engage in that sense for a little bit, and then we move on to the next one, which is smell. So what can you smell in the environment right now? So you can take a deep breath to do that, which helps to bring more oxygen into your body. So that is helping to reduce anxiety as well. You're still kind of moving your feet while you're doing this technique as well to feel the ground. So right now you can smell the leaves. You can smell a bit of the moisture from our pond over here. Take a minute to focus on what you can smell. Okay? Then you're going to move on to what you can hear. So I would encourage clients, if they'd like, to close their eyes at this time so that they can focus on that particular sense. So right now you can hear a bit of the wind. You can also hear the traffic behind us over here. You can hear some of the leaves that are on the trees. And I would allow them to continue to, or I would encourage them rather, to continue to engage in that sense. Then we would move on to what you can taste. So in this situation, you would maybe just feel the crevices of your mouth. So instead using the touch sense rather than what you can taste, unless you could taste the air. Maybe there's a crispness to it, a dryness to it, moisture, anything that you can taste in your mouth. Then you would actually go back to touch. So right now, what can you feel? The air is cool, it's crisp. The ground is soft, a little mushy, not quite as hard as you would maybe expect it to be. Different textures. There's some rough spots as well, but it is also relatively cold. Then, if you want to work with energy even further, you could encourage somebody to try and imagine what the energy of the earth feels like. So if we were to consider the whole earth, the ground level of that, right now it feels really calm. So someone dealing with a great deal of anxiety is also dealing with a great deal of energy within them. So what I would encourage them to do is to imagine that energy leaving them and going into the calmness of the earth and dispersing. And just continuing to visualize that as well. Until the client suggests that they're feeling relief in their symptoms of anxiety. And then we would end the session and go inside and warm up. Thank you for joining.